The two men behind No Hospital Downtown in Utica say they are not giving up. Jim Brock and Brett Truitt held a press conference Thursday morning outside of Truitt's building in downtown Utica. The building admittedly needs a little TLC, but both men say that's all downtown needs.
Bulldozing an entire neighborhood isn't the solution. I would submit to you it's the problem.
Thanks for coming out. This is 442 Lafayette Street. It's got a long history. It was built in the early 1800s. I purchased the building because I think this neighborhood is worth saving. Buildings like this are being saved in other cities.
You may remember Truitt saying when he first purchased the building not long ago that he was buying himself a lawsuit and bracing for an eminent domain fight.
And I said that because it seemed like eminent domain was something that was going to be used in order to get the project to go through. So I don't think anybody likes to get involved in a lawsuit. It could be particularly expensive. So I'm hoping it doesn't come to that, but I'm committed to downtown.
We have cities all over America that are doing everything they can to save their row houses. You can't rebuild houses like this. Look at the house across the street. Absolutely fantastic architecture.
I think a lot of people would say that's a blighted house. The windows are broken up top. I don't think there's blinds on any of the windows. Does it matter if someone lives there, and is that a good projection of downtown Utica?
Here's what I would ask you to do. Look at the top. Look at the architecture. Look at the solidness of that building. Look at the fact that cities all over America are saving buildings on that side of the street and buildings behind us, and we're going to bulldoze it. We're the happy warriors trying to save our city.
Maybe the landlord has given up on this neighborhood because his building's going to be bulldozed. I know someone who would love to buy that building, and they have the means to make it a treasure.
Brett, we're now in the basement of this building you bought, 442?
Yes, correct. I'm hoping that people will take a little time and look at the buildings that are down here in a different light, and maybe if they could get into some of the older buildings and walk in some of the alleyways, and they'll see the possibilities. Not everyone can see it, but certain people that can envision things will see that this could turn into a residence again. It's in a prime location. I mean, if you're a person that wants to be part of a downtown, you can walk to WIBX Street in under 5 minutes. You can go to the auditorium, you can go to the Stanley, and so it's very easy to get to many things. So I think it's prime real estate, and I think it would be short-sighted to say put a big hospital. I mean, if they put urgent care or some type of to-scale medical office building, that would be something that, it's called infill. And actually the federal government has, the EPA and the federal government has this thing called smart growth. And it's basically using infill to go into downtown neighborhoods and put modern buildings next to old buildings. And I just think bulldozing all this is like just a terrible mistake. And I mean, it seems like all the time we're looking at magazines and newspapers talking about how this used to exist, and now it's the state office building or the county office building, or now it's the arterial, all these urban renewal projects that made way for cars and new developments subtracted things that everyone's like, oh wow, wouldn't that be great if that was still there? And I think we just have a chance to not let this happen. Our healthcare could still, I think our healthcare would be better, that's what I'm hearing, if we spent the money differently. So I'm just hoping people will come around to this thinking.